So I saw a video the other day and I want to go over it today. And when we see the video, I want you to pay attention to someone very specific. So as you can see behind me right now, there is a guy in a red shirt and a baseball cap. And that's the guy I want you to look out for. And when you're watching him, I want you to make note of the things he does and the things he does not do. And I want you to think about how everything turned out for him. So this is a street fight video, and I want to apologize for the quality right away. Not only was the base video filmed in such a bad way on a bad device, but in addition to that, I also had to butcher the hell out of this footage to make sure that it was not going to get age restricted by YouTube. It's gonna look weird, it's gonna be awful, but you should still be able to see what I want you to see. So without further ado, let's get to it. Now, I want to recap to make sure we're all on the same page here. At the beginning, there's two dudes fighting. We don't know why, we don't know what led up to it, we don't know who the good guy or the bad guy is, if there even is a good and a bad guy. All we know is that there are two dudes that are fighting one-on-one in a manner that most people would call a fair fight. Now, there are bystanders, and one of the bystanders in a white shirt, for whatever reason, again, we don't know, decided to get involved on one side of this fight. He started attacking one of the people involved in the fight. The red shirt guy, when he saw this, didn't like it, so he tried to put a stop to it. He ended up putting hands on the white shirt guy. White shirt is not a fan of this, so he ends up throwing punches at the red shirt dude. And the guy in the red shirt, he doesn't seem like he really wants to fight so much as he just wants to break things up. After white shirt throws one punch at red shirt, he goes back to trying to get involved in the fight. And red shirt guy, seeing this, ends up trying to stop him again. He ends up running towards the white shirt guy with his hands down, not throwing any punches, not trying to protect himself in any way, and he gets sparked. After red shirt falls over, clearly concussed to some degree, white shirt ends up kicking him in the head. It's very important that we understand exactly what was happening here in order to really identify the biggest mistake that anybody could ever make in a street fight. And that is doing it halfway. Trying to get physical, but not actually trying to fight anybody. Fighting someone is one of those things where you're either all in or you're all out. You're either legitimately trying to do damage to them, or you're not involved in any way, shape, or form. And a lot of people seem to get this mixed up, where they think that they can get away with trying to put hands on people in an aggressive way, but not a way that would damage somebody. And they think that that's going to be enough to win them the fight. They think that everybody is just going to go, oh man, you see that guy in the red shirt? He just grabbed the white shirt guy. Oh, I guess we gotta stop. And it's very strange to see. So there's a video by Ramsey Dewey who needs absolutely no introduction from me. That dude's been around for a long time and he has a lot more subscribers than me. But the video that he has is ridiculously good. And if you have not watched it, you need to look it up. The video is called There's the Rules and then there's the Rules. And in that video, he talks about how, yes, there are rules of mixed martial arts. There are things that a lot of people will consider to be honorable and dishonorable. However, at the end of the day, dishonorable or honorable, the only thing that matters is if you won the fight. If you ended up getting to go home unharmed, or at least not as harmed as the other guy. There seems to be this weird belief today about violence where people think that it's only used by bad people, and that violence is bad altogether. And this couldn't be further from the truth. At the end of the day, violence is just a tool. The people who are using it are good or bad depending on their intentions, as well as the way that they're using that tool. These people also aren't as anti-violence as they might think, because at the end of the day, if somebody kicks in the door to their house, they're not going to try and peacefully discuss it with the person. They're going to call somebody else who is going to come down and exert violence on the person who kicked their door in for them. So it's not even necessarily that they're anti-violence, they're just afraid to do it themselves, and they like a little bit of a delay between the initial issue and the violent resolution. There also seems to be this weird attitude of invincibility that a lot of people have when it comes to these kinds of things. I mean, after all, look at Red Shirt Guy. He runs full speed at the guy who was doing the dastardly things, doing the bad things, and he ends up getting walloped. The way he was running towards the guy, you would think that he didn't really believe that that could happen to him. It's like he didn't think that he could actually be touched or hurt by anyone, all because he's the good guy. He's trying to do the right thing. And it's so ridiculous. And let's be honest, he looked like an idiot. You looked dumb, which, when you think about it, was really the main purpose of that final kick. White shirt wanted to add insult and more injury to injury. So he ended up throwing a kick at a dude who was not a threat to him in any way. So in conclusion, the thing you have to remember about situations like this is that you are either going to get involved and give it your all, or you're going to stay out of it. You cannot do it halfway. You cannot expect people to just give up because you decided to take 2 steps and try and grab them, or any other weird, half-hearted attempt at violence. If you grew up in a household that completely and totally forbade fighting like I did, you need to get rid of the mindset that you got from growing up in that environment ASAP, because you are not well equipped for the world that we live in. Now, I'm not saying that you should run around fighting everybody over every little thing. In fact, you should avoid fights whenever possible. However, sometimes you can't avoid them. Other times, you just make a choice that at the time you may think is actually the best choice to make. The bottom line is, if you are going to fight somebody, you have to go all in. Because if you're not willing to go all in, and the other person is willing to do that, they're going to be able to go farther than you're willing to go to hurt you. And the thing is, they may not stop, because they might be some kind of hoodlum that is looking to humiliate, or who knows, maybe even straight up murder you. But anyway, that's all that I have for you today, and I want to end this video by saying that this is going to be the unofficial first entry in a series that I'm going to be doing on street fighting. The series that I have planned is going to have a bunch of different videos of a bunch of different types in it, and I really want to just help people to try and protect themselves a little bit better when they're out in this wide world that we're in. Now, of course, this is only for self-defense. I'm not trying to teach people how to fight dirty so that they can go out and start fights with people. This is only for if you absolutely, positively need to protect your life from some kind of danger. Thank you everybody for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I especially appreciate all the kind words I've been getting in my DM as well as the comments on my videos. I cannot tell you how much I love it. But other than that, till next time, good luck out there.